Hello Yukiko. Yes, it's been a big move for us, as you know, from Brussels, Yukiko. So we've been at Brussels for 40 years now, but we felt that it was time to make the move to Barcelona. As you can see, there's a very big modern exhibition hall. We felt that the show is now expanding, the machinery is getting bigger. So it's just in terms of the logistics, the visitor experience. So far, we've been very happy with the so the new name. Yeah. So this will be the last Label Expo Europe show. In 2 years' time, it'll be Loute, L-O-U-T-E, which means labels and outer pack embellishment. So the reason that we are doing this is because if you look at a machine like the Martin 9, or if you look at these mid-web 26-inch presses, they're printing flexible packaging, also labels, also shrink sleeves. On the Canon stand, we have folding cartons, inline folding cartons. The Label Expo now is becoming more than only about labels, also about folding cartons and flexible packaging. But from our existing suppliers, so the inline, about inline production of folding cartons, inline production of flexible packaging, and also digital. So we feel that these companies who are in Label Expo will have more business in those markets, flexible packaging and folding cartons. But always it will still be a label show, or will be a label show.
Thank you so much. Next year we will have Label Forum Japan.
Oh, fantastic!
Yes. And conference will come back.
I hope to come to that.
So see you at Label Forum Japan.
Wonderful. That'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Europe. I'm joined by Suda-san, who's the project leader from Epson headquarters in Japan. So we're delighted to be here today to introduce you to our brand new short press 5034, and you'll see that printing in a moment. Before that, just a little bit of history. So we've been involved in the digitisation of label printing for more than 15 years now, and as a leader in printhead manufacturing, we're the only company to have successfully commercialised inkjet digital label presses using both UV and water-based pigmenting technology, and you can see examples of those presses here on the stand. Meet current chemical compliance standards so you can produce labels safely and reliably. And finally, we've tried to introduce even more automation into this machine to make sure that maintenance is fully automated and that the reliability and productivity are as high as possible whilst minimising operator intervention. Very important. So let's have a look at some of those features in detail. Of course, the first, and probably most important, is the print head. So we're using a brand new print head on this press. First time it's been used in short press. We also utilise Epson's multi-site.
The label printing market continues to evolve. In particular, the self-adhesive label industry has evolved at an unprecedented pace in response to extreme short-run orders and quick delivery. Now, with MJP14LXA, Miyakoshi has drastically improved the printing speed of the water-based system. It has overcome traditional challenges and has become a viable option that can improve productivity and broaden business. Miyakoshi MJP14LXA. More power for your label production. Tack a new label on your business.
This is a sleeve press. So we're simply doing that. Remember, we are still running live production. We also, you might see over here, we have a camera system, and that camera system is allowing us to do this because it's checking everything on the registration of lengthways and sideways automatically. And the sleeve's over. If you take the digital shadow up there at the top of the screen, you'll see that the press drawing shows that these units are in red, meaning that they are not engaged. As we say, you see the 1, 2, 3, they're engaged and they're running the production. Now that is amazing. And as I say, the operator's not really doing very much because the press is doing all the work. Automation, digitalisation of flexo, saving materials, sustainability. We're now at 150, perfect compression, perfect register, stability on the machine. And I mentioned the word stability. We've also have the option of a bigger chill roller. Standard is a 20-inch, now we have it showing here a 22-inch. So we showing a 36-inch, sorry, I got that wrong, 36-inch chill roller. So that gives us stability on materials that are maybe a little potentially heat repellent, etc. or heat. For that also, but there's another reason for that, is that we can actually also cover up on the lamp system. I see a guy from GW smiling. So we can have a twin lamp system like you see at the end, but on every unit to cater for the level of speeds that we're going to demonstrate to you.
So as Steve is underway, let me talk a little bit more about this unique sleeve press, some of the standout features. It is fast. It can go up to 303 meters per minute at maximum speed. It's got die cutting precision, now extended up to 26 inches, offering unparalleled cut accuracy. It's elite drying technology. You know that Mark Envy's dryers are the best in the industry. They are in the series was designed with 3 focused objectives: to modernize and automate your press room, to lower your operating costs, and to increase your daily throughput. Now, before I do get to the jobs, I have to introduce you to Rocky down there, who's going to be assisting us. Let's get started, Rocky. Thank you. As we walk you through the components of this machine, I'll highlight some of our support and internal equipment as well. We also have a best-in-class mounter, the Mark Andy BPM 300, and that mounter utilizes a high-definition camera to mount the plates to your cylinders, ensuring precise registration. So it looks like Rocky already wrapped on job number 1. He is starting our changeover, and you'll notice that the changeover will be made even faster by just changing the plates, not the substrate itself. So he's able to seamlessly transition to our next.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of Spanda, it is my great pleasure to welcome you here today. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Together, we will be going into the Spanda world. We will be exploring 3 of our most important machines designed to help you overcome business bottlenecks, open up new opportunities, and experience a level of efficiency and precision that units, innovation, high-product, and printing. In fact, every 3 units is filled with software, making it easy to solve additional models as well. And therefore, the analog power and the die cutter roller are fully compatible with an excellent machine to produce models. Of packaging and printing. Please follow me to the adjacent area over there and we will do a demonstration. The AC series was introduced in 2023 as Spanda's new flagship. From the moment you see it, the machine it does make an impression. comes to 3 web widths, 700, 800, and 900 millimeters per minute, with a maximum tension of 100 kilograms, ensuring both efficiency and stability. The RC also supports 2 production modes, roll-to-roll and roll-to-package, which means if you want to expand your capabilities, you can simply add the process unit you need whenever you need it. Combined with this AI visual register system, production can be started in just 1 click as you do so right now. It is simple to operate and highly efficient, giving printers true freedom in their production. For today's demonstration, we are running a 38 micron-string sleeve job. The process is a 5-color flexo with local matte varnish. The machine is currently running at 140 meters per minute.
This is a sleeve press, fully modular. It's got an enclosed inking changing system.
Barcelona, how you guys doing? We well? Excellent, excellent. Wow. If that was not a major leap, I don't know what is.
Oh, was that a job that just came in? What kind of job is it?
Let's have a look. This is a high volume job from the health, beauty, and cosmetic sector. We're printing labels for 3 sunscreens with 3 different sun protection factors, 20, 30, and 50, plus an after sun lotion.
Interesting. Sounds very complex. How do you handle the different versions of the job? Do you need to stop the machine or reconfigure anything in between?
Not at all. Thanks to this digital printing unit, switching between jobs is seamless. It all happens in the same job run, without having to stop the machine. We can print all 4 versions in one go.
Wow, super efficient. What else is special about these labels?
Each label features a hollow foil logo, applied using the Distaroon module from Kurtz. On top of that, we're using different color schemes for each different sun protection factor, with fine color gradients and even very small and negative fonts.
Sounds impressive. Can we take a look at how they come out when we hit print?
Absolutely. Felipe, let's start the machine. Give it up for Felipe, everyone. Now, as you all can clearly see, the Gallus 5 runs incredibly smoothly and prints at 100 meters per minute. Thanks to inline printing and short web paths between each unit, we can keep material waste to a minimum. 25,309 labels produced.
That's what I call efficient.
Machines, Durst developed a new feature set which allows pre-press operators to do the complete file preparation, color management, and ripping inside the Durst label workflow. Preparing the plates for the Flexo stations, adding bearer bars, register marks, imprints, and cross marks, all easy and safe. Distortion factors from cliches and a template for guide plate production can be easily exported, while at the same time the digital part of the hybrid file being ripped to the press very quickly with the correct color management. At Durst, we know that your success is not just about printing speed. To be successful as a company, you must have a complete ecosystem that is efficient and ready for automation. And that's why Durst is investing so heavily.
Thank you. Okay, Sergio, please talk to Yalesai for initial settings for the next job.
Yales, please change all the water settings up to 40%.
All water settings have been adjusted to 40%. Would you like to proceed with anything else?
presenting here the results of the certified life cycle assessment.
It's important. It's important. Yeah, absolutely. Because one of the, with a film, that would be impossible. Yeah. Because we cannot, we don't have variables. And and in this case, water penetration is really important to achieve the washability. And of course, in this case, yeah, it's going to wash off very quickly because the label it's small. We just applied it on the bottle, so time is a factor in that.